so much for joining me here today on this Facebook Live. I am very excited to talk to you about today's topic, which is paleo or vegan, which is the best diet. So the truth is, well, first I want to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, again, I'm Rena Greenberg, and I have had the privilege of helping over 200,000 people to lose weight, to get healthy, doing wellness programs in over 75 hospitals since 1990. So it's been such a privilege to help so many people to lose weight and get healthy. And it certainly has been my own journey to try to figure out what is the best eating plan. And it can be so confusing because there's so much information out there about the paleo and the vegan plan and trying to figure out what's best. And here's the truth about it. They're both really good eating plans. But the key is that you've heard the phrase, one man's meat is another man's poison. And that is actually literally true. So while some people can thrive and do incredibly well on, for example, a vegan plan, I mean, we see people out there and they're thriving and they're cancer survivors and they're just swearing by a vegan plan and telling us, they're out there, shouting out the message that all of us need to be vegan. And boy, it really makes sense because no one can argue that plant-based eating is really the way to go in terms of nutrients. So our plant-based food gives us the vitamins, the minerals, the phytonutrients, the fiber, the water, all that nutrition, all that chlorophyll is so important. But the thing is that a vegan plan isn't going to be right for everybody because some of us, myself included, are huge sugar carb addicts. And so we need some pure protein. Now, the vegetarians and vegans will argue that there's protein in the vegetables and the nuts and the seeds. All that is true. And so it's really important to learn to listen to the body because some of us need more of a pure protein, an animal protein, to help balance that blood sugar. And it's not because, ethically that we think, oh, that's a better way to go. It's because the body has spoken. And for example, my body tells me that's what it needs in order to balance that blood sugar. And that's what it takes to kill those cravings for carbs, for sweets, that food addiction. So there are different eating plans that work for different people, different body types. And so the confusing part is, how do we know? Well, first of all, let's look at what we all agree on. I think every single one of us can agree that the most important thing is eliminating processed junk from the diet. I don't like the word diet, so we're going to say from the eating plan. We want to eat pure, whole, real, clean, unprocessed food from the earth, plant-based as much as possible. However, some of us may need to balance that with, of course, all of us need the healthy fats, the healthy omega-3 fats, but some of us need to balance also with some high-quality protein. And the least amount of complex carb to make this healthy food taste absolutely delicious. Even on a paleo plan, many people who advocate the paleo plan will say absolutely no grains, but it's okay to eat fruit. Well, that might be true for many of us, but some of us it might be the opposite. Some of us might find fruit to be a trigger for the blood sugar, a trigger to want to eat more sweets or sugars, even though the fruit's so super healthy. But it's not an issue of health, it's an issue of the blood sugar. Is it a trigger for us? Whereas others really can have those grains and we're fine. A nice hearty bowl of oatmeal in the morning works for some of us. For some of us that may be a trigger. So the key is, how can we know? This is really what I'm here to share with you. The reason why I've studied so much nutrition over the years. I was near death in my early 20s, literally came back to life, healthy, vital, and so blessed to be able to share this message now for so many years with others. So why did I end up practicing hypnotherapy as opposed to, let's say, nutrition? The reason why is because the blocks to success are in the subconscious part of the mind. So it's also in the subconscious that it's revealed to us what is the best eating plan for ourselves. What are the foods we need to eat to really be nourished, to really thrive and look and feel our best and be energized and healthy. So when you think about it, we're being hypnotized all the time by a greedy, manipulative food industry that wants to convince us that their processed junk, whether it's diet food or what they call regular food, they want to convince us that that food is going to make us happy, make us feel good, bring us the social life that we're desiring, and all kinds of things. You know, they really tie those foods in to our emotions. They really hook us with those emotional hooks. But what I love about hypnosis is that through our own self-hypnosis, we can give ourselves a new message and empower ourselves to change the way we think about food subconsciously, so we actually prefer the whole, real, clean, unprocessed food from the earth. So whether the eating plan that's best for you is paleo or vegan or something in between, right now you might not be sure. But rather than looking to all the experts out there to tell you what to do, my goal is to help you to go inside, connect to the wisdom of your body, the wisdom in your subconscious, the inner voice for your soul. That's what I call it, the IV for your soul, the inner voice of the heart that can speak to you and tell you, and also through your life experience, what is the eating plan that's not only going to nourish you in this moment, but is going to balance that blood sugar so the cravings and the food addiction and the carb and the sugar addiction is gone, totally gone. And I'm telling you, I mean, I'm such a huge sugar carb addict, and it's just been over. It's like, it's like a relationship that ended, that for decades now. And you too can be free. So the key is, that's why there's so much talk about mindfulness and meditation, and my approach is really self-hypnosis, because it involves not only that deep relaxation of the mind and body, but connecting into and really listening to that inner divine wisdom of the heart and the soul, so that you can be guided to the eating plan that's best for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always such a pleasure to be here to connect with you. My website just has tons of free resources, easywillpower.com. I have a wonderful Facebook group with a thriving, radiant online community, Easy Willpower, Health, Happiness, Freedom. And I would love to see you there and support you. And let us know, what's the best eating plan for you? Paleo, vegan, or are you like me and something in between that really works for you? The most important thing is eliminating all cravings, feeling energized mentally, physically, and emotionally. So thank you, and I look forward to sharing the journey with you. Thank you so much.